I'm Ron. I had a problem. I had a problem with my boat. The belt-driven water pump went out, got all rusty, really expensive to put a new pump in. So I got a generic pump and I hooked it off the crankshaft. And everything seemed okay except that the hoses were a different diameter. The old pump, it was 1 inch, and the new pump was 1.25 inches. And all the other pipes and fittings and things, hoses were, the 1 inch versus the 1.25 that I needed. So what's the solution? I made a fitting. I couldn't find the right barbed fittings. I don't know why, maybe it was me. But I ended up taking a copper fitting from Home Depot. Not this one, obviously, that one's on the boat, but you're going to get the idea. And I turned it into a barbed fitting. Now, I don't know if this idea is mine or did I see it somewhere and decide it was a good idea, but I certainly used it. And here's what we're going to do. Over here, I have a piece of wire. This wire came from the ordinary wire that you find at a boat place. It happens to be tinned. It doesn't necessarily have to be tinned, but let's see. Now, if I take some of this wire apart like so, and then I'm going to twist it a bit. Just take this little wire and I'll solder it to here and we'll make a barb. So the first thing I want to do is clean this. The wire's here. And let's see if we can put it around just like so. And I'll try to twist it a bit in place so that it'll hold for us. After we solder it, then we'll take off the excess material. Okay, maybe. Let's see here. Well, I kind of like the look of that. And then I'm going to, I have these different solders. This one says silver bearing acid core for metal working, and this is metal cleaner for soldering, and this is tinning flux, whatever that. So we'll put this stuff on here. I'm not the world's most knowledgeable person about soldering, and that is because I had no interest in it. I'm not an electrician. I'm just a contraptionist. Now, okay, I have this goop on there. And I'm going to just set it down on top of this scrap piece of metal. I've never used this before. I got it at a garage sale, so it doesn't seem like I can do too much wrong. All right. Wow. Look at that. All right, now I'll come over here. Let's see what I can do. So I'll call that finished, and we'll turn this off. This gas is now off, and let's see if I can get this guy to, oh, thank goodness I didn't solder one to the other. It's actually looking pretty good. Okay, I think it's going to work. Well, maybe I need a little more right there. it's soldered in there pretty good, but let's go ahead and just well, I think it's almost correct. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit more. Be right back. I'm going to put some water on it. So you see, we are going to end up with a relatively inexpensive copper fitting, which is pretty okay on the boat plumbing, and you're going to end up with a finished job like this. So take a look at this. It's going to be sanded or ground or filed, and I'm pretty sure you don't need me to show you how to do that. And then you end up with this barbed on the ends. And when the hose comes over this and the clamps down, it can't shake off. So don't use these without a barb, because some rattling and shaking can even though the hose clamp is really tight, since there's no bump on it, it can pull out, and I can assure you that I know that from experience. And with a little work, it's going to look more like this. A little sanding, or maybe on the grinding wheel, until it exactly fits that hose that you want. The other side, when you do that, a rag here soaked in water, and this one will stay just fine, and you'll get to be able to heat this one without bothering that other solder. And so there you have it. Hope you like it. Bye. Jerry made my dreams come true. It's a miracle. All these little fishing ideas, and now I'm exposed across the country. And I'm not doing this for any fees or pay. It's just for the fun of it.